Okay, we're correcting Unit 7, Lesson 13, Practice Problems. So number 1 says, the elevation of a submarine is shown in the table. Draw and label a coordinate axis with an appropriate scale and plot the points. So we're going to draw coordinate plane, X and Y. 0 is always in the middle. Oops. Okay, and then we go up by ones. This is our x-axis. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We really don't even need the other quadrants except for the negative ones. So, and we only need negative over here. So I'm actually going to delete that part and just make the quadrant 4. There's 1 and 0. And then we need our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to count by one-hundredths. I think we could do, or twos. Let's go by twos. So 2, 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, and we need to go up to 16, so 1,200, 1,400, 1,600. Okay, so let's plot our points. So these are our coordinate pairs, so 0 and negative 567. So we'd be at 0, negative 567 would be about here. I keep hitting the tablet. Right about there. Okay, so, and you could do that. And then we have 1 and 892. So here's our 1. 892 is going to be about there. And we can just negative, remember, oops, negative 892. And then we have 2 and negative 1606. So here's 2, and negative 1606 is probably going to be there. And then we have 3 and negative 1289. So 3, like that. Then we have 4 and negative 990, which is going to be out there. And we have 5 and negative 702, about there. And then we have 6 and negative 367, which is about there. So yours should look something like that, maybe hopefully neater than mine. Alright, so the number 2 says the x-axis represents the number of hours before or after noon, and the y-axis represents the temperature in degrees Celsius. So we have to answer the questions below. At 9 a.m. it was freezing. In what quadrant would this be plotted? So it's going to be, this is the y. So if it's going to be freezing, and below, and 9 o'clock, it's going to be quadrant 3. So we're going to put 3. And then at 11 a.m. it was 10 degrees Celsius. In what quadrant would this be plotted? So remember, this is 12 going to the right. So it would be to the left at 10. And 10 degrees is positive, so it would be in quadrant 2. Choose another time and temperature and then tell the quadrant where the point should be. So if it was, let's say that was 10 a.m., let's say 11 p.m., and that would obviously be to the right. And if the temperature was, let's say, -5 degrees Celsius, it would be in quadrant 4. But you could do anything there, so you get to choose yours. Just make sure it's in the right quadrant. What does the point 00 represent on this quadrant? And so that represents freezing. At 0 degrees Celsius, and it would be at noon. Number 3, the inequalities h is greater than 42 and h is less than 60 represent the height requirements for an amusement park ride, where h represents a person's height in inches. Write a sentence or a sign, or draw a sign that describes these rules as clearly as possible. So to ride this sign, you could make a sign that says, to ride this ride, a person must be at least 42 inches, which is 3 foot 6 inches, and no taller than 5 feet. Let's say 60 inches, and then in parentheses 5 feet. Something like that. Okay. Number 4, solve each equation. So 3a equals 12. 3 times what equals 12? So a is equal to 4. b plus 3.3 equals 8.9. Remember, you subtract to get your answers. So 8.9 minus 3.3 would be 5.6. C, what do we multiply 1/4 by to get 1? You're going to multiply it by 4. So 4c is equal to 4. D is 5.5 is equal to D plus 1/4. So that would be 5 1/4 is equal to D. And E, 2 times what equals 6.4? And that would be 3.2. That's it for practice problems for lesson 13.